What is going on? I'm zmoT, and as Eddie Vedder once said, yes, I'm still alive. I realize my videos are a little bit late and my voice is nothing like Eddie Vedder's. Man, you'd kill to have a voice like that. Anyways, this is the Anon Moose YouTube account. I have resisted naming my accounts with the YT thing because I found it to be a little bit tacky, but you know what? It's completely useful, and that's just me being ridiculous. So I've been joining random task forces, sticking around for about a week. This week, I am in Nuke 'em All again. They have been doing Curtain Call and crushing it, as you can see here. A big shout out to them for letting me stick around. I wanted to show you an attack that I just did. This attack is my favorite attack of the moment. If you're not doing Ransom this way, please watch it. It's amazing. I did not come up with it, but I've gotten fairly decent at it. This one was a little bit strange simply because there's a hot pot behind the core, which makes things very, very interesting. A laser right in here, which also makes things interesting, and a hot beach. So a fairly difficult base, but not overly, if that makes any sense. Missing a couple mines back in between in here. So we're going to do the 2 smoke drop, always 2 smoke drop. Please, you can do 9 boats, that is 8 boats, including the hero underneath 2 smokes. No problem at all there. That is actually the easiest beach in Boom Beach to drop with 2 smokes. I have a video on it. It's incredibly simple. There are actually lines on the beach that all you have to do is tap the line. Very, very simple once you see it. But if you have any questions about that, please hit me up in the comments. Anyways, let's carry on. We're going to walk all the way back into here, flaring that back machine gun. I love this attack. It is so impressive, and it is so ridiculous, and it just works incredibly, incredibly well. We're looking at a base with about 1.65 million health. We lose about 2 boats of Zookas to the left. We have to throw an early shock to get that hot pot to stay up, unfortunately. Then we throw another smoke and a flare. Boom, smoke. A flare to get Bullit. Thankfully, he walks on the inside. If your flare down here is in the wrong position, he'll actually walk around the back side of the core, and then your attack is over, essentially. And then he gets down here, and then it's only 1 shock on the hot pot. Then we throw an artillery to mark the hot pot so that our Zookas will go after it. And then at this point, it's just magical. Like, look at this. No shocks on anything down below, just keeping that hot pot and machine gun shocked. And then look at our Zookas just going ham, clearing everything around the core, some of them shooting the core. Look at the health of that core. Slowly going down. Bullit taunting everything, getting the rocket launchers, the snipers, the machine guns, the laser, the shock launcher, the mortar, and boom, huge, ridiculous solo. I love that attack. If you'd like to see a guide on how to do that, please do let me know. I have got it mastered. I think I can do it 99.4% of the time. Anyways, that's how I wanted to start the video today, because I love that hit. I've done it a bunch lately, and so now we're going to do a quick pause. We'll come back with some more good stuff. Okay, so if you're wondering where I've been, it is ridiculous where I live right now. It is -6 degrees, which is like 25 maybe, or 10, or I don't know Fahrenheit. I don't know freedom units. So it's cold. That's all you need to know. And it's snowy and it's icy, and my work has been crazy, and yeah, you know, no one cares. Anyways, so let's get into it. What we're going to do today is we're going to go through Dr. T quickly and efficiently, and we're going to do it with 0 effort, 0 boost, and it's going to be amazing. My main account, my zmoT account, which is sitting in Triangle 9, is getting pretty high MVP. I'm up to like the top list of our task force now, up to almost 1200, almost at XP 68. We've got a couple 68s in the task force, as you can see. I am incredibly envious of them. Let's get into some stuff though. So we don't know what's going on with the Mega Crab at this point. It's still listed as being the Hasty Mega Crab. everyone is kind of assuming it should be the New Year's, the Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year Mega Crab. But if it's the Hasty Mega Crab, that's a pretty good one to mistake it for, because the Hasty Mega Crab is ridiculously fun. But obviously it depends. Hopefully we get some info soon, because if not, then statues and things are going to be a bit different depending on which crab it is. I should probably be flaring up here. I can't believe how much health this level 1 has. Usually I can BART that out, but anyways, I don't know what else is entirely new at the moment. Boom Beach. We've got, Trader, we just had Scorcher Mania. For those of you who enjoyed Scorcher Mania, I really should have done a Scorcher video, because I love hitting with Scorchers. I only use 2 of them typically. Using more is a waste of GBE, I think, for the most part, but some bases are different. With Smoke, you only really need 2 of them. But Scorchers are the last thing in my Armory that I just finished upgrading on my main account. I have now maxed the Armory. HQ24 can't come soon enough, I suppose. I have yet to upgrade any cannons or snipers. That is my next job. So let me know what you guys are upgrading, what order you're doing, if you've done snipers first, or I did like mortars and rocket launchers, and I really do want that extra shock launcher though. Extra shock launcher, extra level of shock launcher, something fun like that. For those of you who didn't see my HQ24 video, please go check it out. I'll link it to the cards above. And if you don't know how to get to the cards above, let me know and I will send you screenshots and info and all of that jazz and all that jazz. Hey, I feel like I have not been making nearly enough musical reference lately. That's why I started with the Eddie Vedder, and then I just got into all that jazz. Anytime someone says a lyric of a song in general conversation, it makes that song play in my head. It's a curse that I've inherited from my father. I kind of assume that's a standard thing. I don't like to sing. I know the words to most songs. I don't really like to sing along. I'm not one of those. I'm not a karaoke kind of guy, but I definitely equate music with life. I don't know if that makes any sense or if I use the right word or not, but anyways, let's get all of our ladies unfolded here. We're going to get them back. Oh, big news of my life. This is one of those things that I probably shouldn't brag about, but I just bought the ridiculous new bed. I have been not sleeping for like a year, and so I finally just impulse purchased a ridiculous bed, and I'm excited, and it's supposed to arrive tomorrow. So if I suddenly sound more energetic and chipper, it's because I'm hopefully going to be able to get a good night's sleep for the first time in who knows how long. Again, no one cares. Let's keep going. We're going to get into here. I found myself asking for feedback. Like, I was gonna say, like, what do you guys value or for sleep, or do you care, or do you just sleep on the mattress or on the ground? But I don't know. I'm in a weird balance where I want to hear feedback from you guys, but I don't necessarily want to be that guy who keeps saying, like, who does, like, I don't know. I have many conflicts in my brain, as you can see by the fact that I am rambling on, and Ramble On is also a great song. Man, I need to get a playlist that automatically creates YouTube video song playlists based on songs that I mention in my videos, because I want to listen to them all now. I've got Alive by Pearl Jam for starters, and then Ramble On by, who sings Ramble On? I feel like that's beyond me as far as age goes, but it turns out it's Led Zeppelin. That makes a ton of sense. Little bit of Google foo right there. Man, good music. That's one of the things that I'm trying to instill in my kids. I love the fact that Apple Music allows you to add your kids to your Apple Music account, because my kid is listening to music all day, every day. I don't know, I feel like that's important for some reason, even though it's not in any, I don't think it's in any parenting book or anything, but I want my kid to listen to good music, and I think it will help him in some way. Maybe it isn't in a parenting book, I don't know, but if you have any feedback, comments on music that you think kids must listen to, besides pop stuff. I mean, he's just stuck in pop stuff because that's what kids do, and that's what's on the radio, but yeah, he is listening to good music as well, so that's kind of sweet action. Stage 4 going down very, very easily. By the way, if you want me to join your task force, I'm not doing it. All I'm doing is going in to the task force search and then sticking around in a random task force as long as I can bear it. To be quite honest, joining random task forces is not all it's cut up to be. If any of you have ever done it, it is incredibly frustrating at times. Most task forces are just generally made up of people who... It's always a weird mix of people, I find. You have like one guy who's trying to use all zookas. You have one girl who's like really, really good at heavy zooka. And then there's like 6 people who are going to use tanks, no matter if it's boom cannons or what. And they're like, they kind of sort of know one another, but they would never leave their task force for any reason ever. Task forces are a strange, strange thing, and they don't make a lot of sense, to be honest. It always blows my mind when I hear why task forces are still together, or like there's always like that one guy who's really, really skilled, but stays in the task force nonetheless. Like, I think maybe that's part of the problem, is the fact that the task force search is so terribly, terribly bad, and there's no filters or... Yeah, and that's one thing that I totally forgot about mentioning. I would love if there were filters here. Show me only task forces that are 90% full. Show me only task forces that have hit 30 ops in 30 days. Show me only task forces that are 5 or 10 or 25 members. Show me only task forces that have at least 4,000 force points. Something like that. Anyways, if you guys have any other things you'd like to see on the task force search, please do let me know, because I feel like that is the social aspect is, I think, what keeps Boom Beach going. I very well could be wrong. I am wrong more often than I'm not. Maybe it's not. And that's one of the things that we don't really know. A lot of us make assumptions about what keeps Boom Beach alive, as far as like if it's Mega Crab or if it's task forces, but then they don't necessarily, the updates and things don't necessarily follow that path. So it's very, very possible that we are completely wrong, and Tank Medic is what keeps Boom Beach going. Realistically, I think that the casual player has more impact on Boom Beach's survival than anything else, potentially. I don't really know, but it kind of seems that way based on... Oh no. Brick, you just stopped short, and now we just lose. Yes, I just said the word lose. We just lost all of our zookas, and so now we're going to have to maybe take this down with dead zookas. So that is the frustrating part about Brick. Sometimes she just decides she's not doing it, stops, and then you got to go and spend 133 diamonds. By the way, Warships starting to do fairly well. Warships, this is my base. Not super happy with it, but I do have fairly... like my text tree is basically maxed. I've got to upgrade my flares. Everything else is essentially maxed. Got to upgrade my rocket launchers, maybe. Shock launchers, maybe. Need to get... Otherwise, all I need to do is get critters and this extra GBE, and then I'm rocking. As you can see, I'm engine room locked at 5 engine rooms. I need to spend some time to push, just sitting, coasting at level 21 for the moment. Into the diamond. And now, that's my problem with warships, is every second that you're not pushing, the difficulties to get to the next tier are getting harder and harder. It used to be that with 5 engine rooms, no one had defensive building damage. Now everyone has it. So the faster you can upgrade to higher tiers and to more engine rooms, the better, obviously. But I just don't have the time to push. So if you guys have any suggestions on how to make that happen, I'd love to hear it. But just busy. Worked till midnight last night. Started at 8 a.m. Busy, which is why there's no video. So it's not that I don't love y'all. We're gonna try and save a smoke here. Yes, we managed to do that. not bad. Now we're just going to use these buildings to squeeze in between, and we're going to keep the delay because the delay is important. Please tell me you know what the delay is. If you don't know what the delay is, let me know in the comments, because everyone needs to know what the delay is, or you're going to have a bad time. Obviously, these tribes make all sorts of hits possible and exciting and different, and these tribes are very, very good. So hopefully we can take this down without a ton of difficulty. So stage 6, when you don't hit that mine, is fairly reasonable with the GBE tribe. We had like 4 or 5 shocks there, which is slightly ridiculous, but ridiculous. Let's keep going, chugging forward. Stage 7 of 7 coming up, going for that extra crystal. Chatting about me a ton, chatting about boombeach a bunch, trying to get a good mixture. I know that the chicken gave Ben Tim a bunch of grief when he talked about the weather, because the weather has nothing to do with boombeach, but it kind of does, because right now we're stuck in the polar vortex. We still have winter, and I'm ready for my mangroves to come back, but we're still stuck in pine tree. Just lost the delay, as you saw there. Rocket launcher taking out a couple of our lady zookas. Gonna do a sidestep just to be on the safe side, because you know that zookas were gonna walk over that mine just to spite me. And now we've got, again, 4 shocks. 58 GBE is 4 shocks. Hopefully you guys all know those numbers by this point. And then we should just be able to just medkit our way through this. All sorts of zookas, not a terribly far walk, and then down goes stage 7 in a blaze of glory. Magic. Fairly easy stage 7, especially for those of you, doesn't have to be zookas. You can walk that with bombardiers or grenadiers or tanks, or the fact that it's so close to shore makes it ridiculously easy. And also, I think it's only like an HQ. Let's go back and have a look here. I think it's only like HQ 17 or something like that. 18. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, oh, never mind, it's level 21. But look, there's no level 23 buildings anywhere in sight. You can tell by that it went from stone on the bottom to wood on the bottom. So, anyways, that's it for me. Today is January the 15th on the archipelago, January the 14th in real life. Hopefully, you guys are doing ridiculously well. And, I mean, it's New Year. Happy New Year still. 2020 so far has been fantastic. Hopefully you guys agree. I shall talk to you soon. As always, thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT.